Out for a walk with Morty. It's the old schoolhouse, the old church. It's been a while since walked in. It normally used to every day for at least an hour, but people have been going too fast up and down the road. There's old farm equipment out in the field there. Sorry for shaking this. I've been wanting to get a GoPro or action camera and stuff like that with the stabilization, but it's getting muddy over on the side. We're starting to sink, and I'm starting to sink even in the middle of the road. It's winter time, and it's muddier than can be. Normally we end up finding a whole bunch of cans and bottles and trash and everything up and down the road. And normally would have a backpack on me and have a bag on it, trash bag on it for trash, just like right here. Hold on, pup. I try to not let them run in the ditch as much because of stuff like this being down in the ditch. There. Now, when we get done and going back up for the last time, I'll pick it up, and I keep sliding off the side of the road and towards the ditch. It's like I got ice. Well, there's a bunch of ice on the road, but it feels like ice on my shoe or something. Hold on, pup. This is another one. Number 2. And this one's full of stuff. And ice, yeah. It started to slip down the hill. Yes, I said.
Okay.
Starting to slip down the hill. Mandy's jogging and has her earbuds in. I definitely should have worn my boots instead, but wore my walking Skechers instead of my jogging, or instead of my boots with ice picks in them, or my regular steel toe and steel plated boots. Instead of those, I got the netted Skechers. Walmart special that I've had for a few years, and they're pretty well low on tread. An old stone. There's a rock wall back over there. What are you doing, pup? You can see how muddy it is. Pup, come on. I'm not going all the way down in there. Come on. Come on. Come on, pup. This way. It's got to mark his territory. Come on. Cross, pup. Always try to pick up cans and bottles here in Maine are 5 cents a piece, like that one. Hold on, pup. Mandy's doing like a slow jog in place type of thing, trying to get steps in. Come on, pup. Good boys. She should have the fitness tracker on, but she got me one not long ago, and it's thing I walked up and down the driveway for like 20, or up and down the road for like 20 minutes, and the thing ran out of battery. So this is Natural Springs feeds this, and there's a outlet there, and outlet right there, you can see that's dug out, and another one there. Right in there's where Morty got his paw cut walking him. Hold on, pup. Oh, I squished it. Didn't mean to. Up here in Maine, these things, cans and bottles, are at least 5-cent deposit for returns. So every time you return one at the redemption, you get 5 cents back each can or bottle, which is nice. And there's an apple tree there, and a game trail. And they got a pond right there. Pretty much every property around here has a pond. A pond or a stream. Morty, for quite a while when we first got him, we would do this every day for the first like 2 years. Very well, we were walking him an hour a day, at least first year and a half, up and down the road. And with doing that, we would pick up trash so much that he's seen us doing it, that he started going further into the ditch, like up in there type of thing, and grabbing the trash and then bringing it back out to the road for us to be able to grab it at the roadside type of thing. So the harder spots for us to get to is where he would go to. Sorry about any wind noise. I have my microphone on, but not the wind blocker. I'll put that there for now, and I'll put it at those people's mailbox, and then I'll pick it up in a little bit. On my last trek through down the road, I'll pick it all up at once. There's a cool looking rock over there. Kind of looks like it might have some quartz in it. Mandy and I found over 30 pounds of quartz, white quartz, and rocks just on the side of the road. Big rocks too. Over 30 pounds. So it was quite a bit and pretty heavy, and we collected it all together. Come on, up. Yeah, let's leave that. Come on. It's horsey number 2. He normally has a sweatshirt on, but it's actually pretty nice out today. And yes, I got orange on because I got white and everything else on my clothes, so I put orange on, which helps to be seen. And because hunting, I don't know if it's over yet or not, but I don't know if my microphone's even staying on, but I'm trying. Down here is actually, no, pup, away from it. No, you're not going potty on that stuff. Hey, erected in 1941, honor roll, citizens who served in the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. So all of the names of people around that served in the Civil War. And there's a whole bunch of field, fire department right down there, and church right there. So a whole bunch of stuff. And this town was actually a plantation It was actually not even a town for a long time. It was considered a plantation, and it was first started back. It started before the 1700s even. So it was split up into 100-acre lots between a family that came up, and it was considered a plantation until the plantation went bankrupt. So with that, plantation went bankrupt and it got turned over to the state instead, which then it turned into a town. So come on, pup. Turned into a town instead of a plantation. There goes the mail. Maybe try both microphones and see if one of them will stay on longer. But it was a plantation, went bankrupt, and then went into a town, and now it's a plantation town of and plantation at the end. So it's called both, but it's so small of a town. They share the same zip code as the town next door. Pup, what are you doing? Out of the road. So went from plantation to a town, and then now it's a town of, and then at the end plantation it says. So pretty cool history, and there's houses that have been built back in the early 1700s at least that we found records of, and possibly even before that. So I've been looking into the records because we like doing the deep dive of the history of locations a little bit, and for paranormal and all of that, because back when the houses were built in the area that we're at now, like ours, it was common to have the funerals in the home and stuff, the viewings and funerals. And there's actually down the road there, a little bit further, there's actually a cemetery down there. That's a private cemetery type of thing down there. Come on, pup. But it's got a lot of history in the town. Hold on, pup. Puppy. Another bottle. Another empty. All kinds of empties everywhere here. I'm trying to stay off the side of the road because it's slanted, and with not having great grip on my shoes, like seen up ahead here when I just went to get that can, I was sliding down the hill instead. Trying to come back up the hill and was sliding down. Sorry for the view of the thumb in the camera. But there's also really awesome log cabin back there. Place is really cool, and it has fencing that came out to here, and there's like over 40 acres of land there, so they got quite a bit of land. They even have a covered bridge there. Come on, pup. Turn. Come on, turn. Puppy, turn. Good boy, come on. Mandy lost the mints that she had in her pocket. Don't know where they went. So I don't know.
I had it in touch, but then
Hard to see, but when a car comes by, we trained him to sit, and then he gets a treat every time. Alright, we're back again. I had to pick up his number 2. Don't need a couple $100 fine just for leaving that, even though people leaving trash everywhere. People leave trash all the time, throwing it out the windows, but it's perfectly fine for them. But it's not us. With Mandy and I being in recovery from addiction, then we try to leave places cleaner than we find them, type of thing. So, hold on, pup, hold on. I gotta put the other trash that I found wherever it went, which I probably must have dropped somewhere. Nope, right there. There it is. Alright. Good boy. He listens really good, and he does pull at first, but then after a little bit. No, down here. Come on. Come on, Pop Up. Out of there. Come on. He was up there in the bushes. After a little bit, like one lap or so, he stops pulling, and especially with the harnesses on, because got no pull harnesses. There's actually 2 harnesses on him, because the one that's a no pull he slips out of, so we got a second one underneath it there on him. Come on, Pop Up. So he actually has 2 harnesses that he wears. We used to do this every day on TikTok live, but there's just so much that went on with TikTok that we stopped doing TikTok. So now we're on YouTube instead of TikTok. And I just do the filming and then edit and post, which I don't even do much for editing. I just put it into CapCut and come on, add the end, beginning, and what are you doing? You silly! Wouldn't make me doing my legs. Come on. I add the beginning and ending, and I cut out some of the boring spots and put together where all of the cuts are to be one video, and that's it. There's a bunch of deer, moose, and everything that come out down there. There's an apple tree right there next to the schoolhouse. So there's a church established 1894. The schoolhouse was actually back in the early 1700s. Sorry. Then there's this apple tree, which we've actually seen a moose come out and be eating the apples from this tree one night. And with that, come on, pup. No, get out of that. Come on. There's a natural spring there. Come on, pup. There's a moose that comes down through. And look, speed limit 25. Yet nobody goes 25. But the schoolhouse, 1700s, it was the first section there for one room. And then it went to being bigger, adding on and stuff. The ended up building on to the schoolhouse and stuff, and over the years, and then it hadn't been used for quite a while. I'm not doing that. She's trying to get him to jog. Yeah, we're continuing to walk still. But yeah, the schoolhouse built in the 1700s and was closed for a while. They just recently renovated it for Bible study Wednesday nights, so they do that in there now. And a lot of history in the town, in this area, and a lot of hauntings and all kinds of stuff that a lot of people don't even talk about the hauntings in this area. So it's kind of like a thing that nobody, it's there, and everybody knows it, but they don't talk about it or anything. So that's why we like to do the haunting stuff in the area. And cryptids, and it also helps because I'm native and from indigenous descent. Come on, pup, this side. So, but I'm actually from the Blackfoot tribe. My grandfather was the elder of the Blackfoot tribe in Montana, and we're all the way across the country in Maine. So, but he lived in Montana on the reservation for most of his life, and he was the elder. And yeah, so part Blackfoot native. And no, we're not going down there, thank you. It kind of helps with going to the places that native people were, just like Fort Halifax and Winslow was well known for native people going for trading and stuff. And they actually recently found native remains there, so in the last year. So now it's which they did return the remains to where they found it, but it's protected land for historical and for native land that they're working all of that stuff out within the last 3 to 6 months, and it's nowhere near being figured out type of thing. So, which makes it difficult because a lot of people deface the land and stuff. If you watch the paranormal videos of Fort Halifax and stuff in the paranormal playlist, it will show that a lot of people had done a lot of bad things to the land that had made it so that they even shut it down early this summer, and then they even turned around and made it so that they even took the restrooms out early this year, the outhouses, because they damaged those even. So kind of messed up. But whew, I think this is gonna go down to the church and back and be my last little bit of a lap. So whoever, all of the people that watch this, remember, smash that like, thumbs up. So like I said, on TV, you just use the arrows around the little arrows and stuff. You use those and go over to the thumbs up, and you push the select or okay, and then make sure you hit that subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, and it helps us more than you know. And it's the whole reason why we do this. Do what we do on YouTube is to be able to show the areas and the paranormal, and just be able to let everybody see what it's like in our areas and in the great state of Maine. It is awesome here, and especially like days today. It's snowy, and there's snow and mud and everything, and it's just, there's not much to do for a lot of people in Maine. They say there is all the time, but there's not. And there goes going down the road. Come on, Papa. He just went down around the corner on the main road here. Come on, Papa. Cross. There's a sheriff. It's the main road to go through from Augusta to Rockland, and we live off from there. Quite a ways back off from the main road, but we come down towards this way to walk Morty when we do, and everything, and then we go back down to the other end when we're done. So it's got a big farmhouse out here, but I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this, and if you want more, make sure leave a comment that you like if you like watching walk Morty and stuff, and hearing about the history and being able to see the apples on the tree in the middle of January, and old schoolhouses. And if you like paranormal, just leave a comment and let us know what you all like to see and would like to see more of. And we'll be seeing you soon. I got a few videos. No, Morty, this way. Come on, pup. This way. I got quite a few videos to do before this one even comes out, but it will be out very soon. So, thank you all. Peace.